Well, every time we go there, we've got to go through customs into Canada, then back, the American customs back into America.
Do they make it a bit tricky, or is it fairly easy?
Yeah, I don't know, they usually let us through quite easily, but Mal's got to stay behind with all the baggage.
Yeah. Well, I must say, when I arrived today, everybody in New York is talking about the Beatles. I get to the airport and there's guys there saying, do you think you could send an autograph of this address and the stuffing things in our pockets? Do you find this kind of thing goes on with you?
Yeah.
You lumbered with autographs even at customs control?
Oh, yeah, we'll normally... it's the same with this flight. The people, when we land in New York, they come on the customs and the health, immigration, all those people. They come on to check us first of all because they don't let us go through the building. Then we get off the plane and just drive right into the city. Yeah. But normally they just come on and look around and then get out their autograph books and say, sign this. And it's the same with the police who are on duty in the hotel.
There's certainly plenty of them looking out.
They usually knock and you think they're going to arrest you and they pull out the book and ask for an autograph. It was okay, it's a bit behind, it's one of those, it's obvious, it's so hard to be hit. Yeah. It just doesn't quite make it.
Not as good as it was back then.
Just like records and groups have become more popular. I just think the whole style, British style is far better. And in fact, in clubs and everything, they just don't quite get it over here now.
Do you think it's going to go on like this?
Probably, with music, fashion and everything, just generally Britain seems to be a bit more hip than everybody else. Yeah. And I, definitely didn't enjoy it as much as the places we go to back home.
John, do you find problems with the food over here, which I find very different from our dishes back home for the most part?
Yeah, well, they have the same basic food, but they ruin it when the cook gets it. So it's usually hotels anyway. If you go to somebody's house, they feed you more. The food's good there.
Yeah, well,
We've eaten in a few houses over the last couple of tours, and their food's good. It's just hotel food.
You eat in hotels, yeah.
Yeah, so well, it's the same in Britain or anywhere. Well, now we've just ordered egg and chips, so they don't normally eat that, but they fry eggs in the morning, they make chips of the steak, so we combine it, and you get egg and chips.
And then a few beans.
And beans if they've got them, I don't know.
What about drink? Do you go for the coffee? Or
coffee, I like that, yeah. Well, we have sort of tea in the morning and coffee the rest of the day. They get a bit worried if you're on tea all the time.
But you're feeling fairly well fed?
Feeling fine and fat, yeah.
Good, great.
No, it wasn't. Well, you do, when it's all over, you come down a bit, and you start thinking, well, I've done that now, I think I'll go home, Well, it's probably those glasses I was wearing, those reflective mirrors of your own face you were seeing, or in the glasses, you see. I was probably smiling underneath them. I was quite happy. You have about an hour and a half where you're quite quiet, and everybody else is rushing in saying, have a great show, a lousy show, did you see that kid, did you see this? And you're just sort of recovering from it all, because you get to such a, you get so tense when you're doing those shows. It takes about an hour and a half to come down again.
It certainly does, yeah.
So it's probably that. I wasn't sad though, I was elated.
Well, as you can hear, the Beatles don't stop playing when they're off stage, at least George doesn't. Is this regular, George, you just feel like playing today?
Just feel like playing today, Brian.
That's nice.
Just playing, Brian.
And when you came off after the first concert, you and John were moaning about the fact that your instruments were out of tune. What do you think was the reason? Because you spent long enough tuning them before you went on.
It's funny, it's all the heat and
humidity.
Everything, everything like that puts the thing out. But once you go on stage, there's such a tremendous noise that if you are out of tune and you try and put it straight, it ends up more out than when you started.
Well, so you're probably the only one noticing it anyway.
And I think I'm the only one. The only one out of the world who could never get a guitar really in tune, ever.
I thought you bought them ready tuned.
I wish, I've been seriously thinking of getting Keith Richard onto it to tune up for us.
He's good at that, isn't he?
Yeah, but he sounds as though he's in tune. I have a hell of a lot of trouble.
How's it sound now?
Oh, this one's okay. This is one of them that's John's, you see. It's in tune now, but guarantee by the time I've put it down, it'll be miles out.
Yeah, I listen to them all the time, and they're great drummers. Well, especially over here, because all these bands are fantastic drummers,
Even the ones that aren't really big names, right?
Yeah,
And all these groups that aren't known, really. There's just all these fantastic drummers. It makes you feel like giving up.
Who are the best you've heard?
Well, in small groups, I don't know the names, it's just...
But of the main drummers, who do you like best?
I like sort of Buddy Rich and Joe Morello and people like that, but I'll never be able to play like them.
What are the great characteristics that they've got that are so hard to get?
It looks so easy. Like when they play, and they do all this fantastic they do sort of one-handed rolls, which is, I can't do it too, and they just do it like, as if they're having a sandwich. It's fantastic what they can do, but it would be no good playing like that in our group, so...
Well, of course it would.
I wouldn't be playing like that.
The Beatles made their entry and exit to Shea Stadium in New York by a helicopter, and I think George can fill us in on a few of the details. You didn't actually drop into the arena.
No.
What did you do, George?
They wouldn't allow us to drop right into the arena, and so we had to land on the roof of the World Fair. From there we went into the stadium in a Wells Fargo armoured truck. That was good. I didn't think Wells Fargo was still going, actually. The Indians got them all years ago.
And then in an underground tunnel?
No.
You came right into the middle of the truck?
Yeah, right into the stadium.
The reason I don't know this is because there were about 50,000 standing up on their chairs in front of me, And you went out the same way?
Yeah, I went out by helicopter, yeah.
He seemed to be circling around.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. When we got on the helicopter at Wall Street, and instead of going right to the show, the fella started going round, zooming round the stadium, saying, "Look at that, isn't it great, fellas? And look at the World's Fair, and look at this," and we're hanging on there by the skin of our teeth, thinking, let's get out of
You
here.
could have done without that. John, let's have an assessment now of your feelings about the initial concert in Shea Stadium.
Well, it was marvellous. It was the biggest crowd we ever played to.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Even counting Australia?
Yeah, anywhere in the world. It was the biggest live show I think anybody's ever done, they told us.
Yes. I'm sure.
And it was fantastic, And it was just great. They could almost hear us as well, even though they're making a lot of noise, because the amplification was...
It was very
terrific,
good, actually. I must confess I could only distinguish about 3 of the numbers, which I happen to know and could hear.
Yeah, well, the well-known ones you can pick up.
That's right, yeah. Did you do anything that you don't normally do in concerts?
We did I'm Down, so, because I did the organ on the record, I decided to play it on stage. The first time I didn't really know what to do because I felt naked with that guitar, so I was doing old Jerry Lee, was putting my foot on it and George couldn't play for laughing. I was doing it for a laugh, but the kids didn't really know what I was doing. I was just jumping about in the organ. I only played about 2 bars of it.
Yeah. You spotted all the banners hung out on the tiers.
Yeah.
There was one that interested me. I made a sort of mental note to ask you about it, and it said, "As John says, give us a kiss." This isn't something you've used back home, is it? Is it a phrase you've used here?
It's from the Hard Day's Night film. Some fella's on the train and he's shouting out as I ask him for a kiss.
Yeah.
Somebody mentioned it yesterday. I couldn't remember. I just remember then. It must have been that.
It was strange.
Yeah.
And the bubbles coming down and throwing sweets and...
Yeah, well, nothing really reached us because we were so far away, but we could see all the posters. Did they? Good luck.
But by and large, you thought it was an exciting
Yeah,
trip,
it was marvellous. It was the most exciting we've done.
A lot of people have been asking me to ask you this. Do you still get a sort of big kick out of a performance even now?
Yeah, it's just the same. You forget who you are. Once you plug in and the noise starts, you're just a group playing anywhere again. You forget that, your Beatles or what your records are. You're just singing.
And one final thing, do you find you can hear yourself when you're playing in all that noise?
It depends on the amplification of that place. We could hear also. We couldn't hear the voices so well. You got a bit of, echo back.
The bass was whacking through.
Well, I could hear the instruments because we were just on full blast.
Yeah. Good, great. A lot of the older people here in America have been saying to me in the last day or two, "Oh, poor Beatles, they can't go anywhere. They're holed up in their hotel all day long, every day." Now, I know you've been out once, but how do you feel about this, George?
But we don't mind, when we start a tour, we know very well it's going to be wild and lots of people and that we're going to be stuck in a hotel. We don't think we're coming over here to see the sights.
No, quite.
Like, that's the impression most people get,
But then doesn't this go on for you all the time? I mean, wherever you are.
Yeah, but it just depends, the thing is we go out at home And the thing is, when you get into your head, you're going for 2 weeks touring, then you just
You know,
forget
it's the
about
work
seeing
anyway.
the sights.
Yeah.
And we, always, in fact, for over the last few years we've been in hotel rooms, we find a way of keeping ourselves amused.
Yeah, sure. You say you go out back home. I mean, I can't
Yeah, well,
see you walking down the street, but what do you do?
We go out all over the place. In fact, in London, it's quite easy nowadays because there's so many people like us who
Yeah.
dress like us and who look like us, and there's so many the groups who all go out. I was round Carnaby Street a few weeks ago. It's great. It knocked me out because they're just walking along and a couple of people just look at me, but they don't expect to see you going along.
They don't believe it's you anyway, probably.
But we go out every night. Nobody bothers anybody. It's good.
That's a lot better, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good. Well, I think that's answered that question. Thanks, George.